3, 2, 1, and go. This is Tenor Ballet. Hip hip hooray. How are you doing today? What is it that you're doing today? How's your day going? How's your day started? It is Sunday morning. Let me see. Yeah, Sunday, March 23rd, 2025. Captain's Vlog. I'm up. Enjoying this present. Looking at my agenda to see what my day will bring. Are you doing the same thing? It's Sunday. Are you enjoying your present moment mood? um, perhaps I gotta. Perhaps I'll pickle some peppers. Maybe we'll see. Pickled peppers. I was thinking about creating some infused honey, which I did yesterday. I was thinking about creating some more today. Me might, I don't know. Well, I thought to infuse some honey. I could pickle Since I infused some honey yesterday, let me think. Hmm. Mm, all right, I'm going to continue on checking my agenda for today. Um, I saw somebody with a stack of books that they had purchased. I saw someone with a book haul. They purchased a stack of books in the bookshop with the book haul post. We got some great deals. There's always a sale at the bookshop. There's always a markdown. There's always a percentage off of your orders. The bookshop is always giving. I'm currently reading The Color of Water, and it is a book club read, I think. Um, I didn't check in with the book club yet. Um, I'm a little over 50% into the book, and I haven't checked in with the book club. Let me think. Uh, it's a good book. It's telling. It switches back from one of the younger son's point of view, the author of the book, to his mom's point of view. Mm. So I I may have shied away from the club a wee bit. It wasn't the hostess, it was somebody else in the club. And then it was me. Um when I was reading the trees. I enjoyed the trees. Uh I enjoyed the humor in the trees. Like I enjoy humor anyway. And then when it was in the trees, I felt pleased. Okay. um, the trees, I felt what when I first started reading it, and it was popping. It was popping the way it was popping. I felt like it was the Candyman movie that I always wanted. Like I always thought that Candyman needed the like why folk come he didn't go back and get them people that did that to him. I'm like that's who the real monsters was the people that did that to him. That's who the real monster was in that movie to me. He wasn't the monster to me. Uh so yeah, when I saw the flashback of what happened to him, I was just like I was like, well, okay, okay, that's okay. Now you going after them, right? I like okay, you 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 focusing on them, right? Like uh. And and he zoned in on uh his past lover, and she supposedly had his child. She supposedly had his child, and now he got like a generations of kinfolks and a great granddaughter. Like, where did she go to have this baby? I just thought of that question. What she had the baby? I ain't seen nothing about no little baby, but he supposedly created a child. I thought they were just well, okay. I guess they went there. And I guess she gave birth because he then has a great granddaughter, and I like how she's a painter herself, and how she respects him, and how she separates him from the myth and the man. That's how it's said. And she says his actual name. I think it was Jebediah, and uh, she starting to let people know this was a man this was his livelihood. He painted, he's a painter, and now she's a painter, and big ups and respect. And then she just dropped all of that and embraced the myth, or allowed somebody to play with her great great grandfather's name. Yeah, she did that, like, but then he was he was like, you let them play with my name? You ain't let them put, you ain't make them put no respect on my name, because they was for Louisiana, or they were in Louisiana at the time. So she ain't stand on business. She wasn't. I mean, at first she was. At first she was, but then she was like, I'm referring to part 3. Uh, and I kind of meant, yeah, in part 1 and some of part 2. I referenced all of them, all the first 3. And so when I read The Trees by Percival Everett, and what was being done and where it was being done, I was like, oh, okay, okay, oh. Okay, all right. So it just, I likened it to that movie, um, for my own personal preference. Um, I know the movie didn't even have anything. The movie kind of morphed, just a bit of its own thing, but where it came from, it didn't have anything to do with the movie's background. It came from a poem. Um, and like it was something within the poem, boop boop boop, almost kind of like a shocker type of thing, where it passes from one person to another. um so even though the movie introduced that background, it just set it on the table right there and went on ahead with the poem focus, um, that it derived from. So when I was reading The Trees, I was like, okay, this went with that backstory of that movie I just, which I just put I just was grouping stuff together. I was attempting to group the oranges with the tangerines. I was just trying to group the oranges with the grapefruits. It seemed a bit similar to me. Which they're their own things. The trees are the trees, and that movie is the movie. And I like the trees. I like that the people who passed didn't sit dormant. I enjoyed that they didn't sit dormant. And I also enjoyed how uh the how seemingly coming about simplistically was major. The simplicity of it all was very major because you could and then you could not. It's very that was a major part to me. Like that was very simplistic. It worked. Um and I enjoyed it. Like it wasn't nothing too, it wasn't anything strenuous like gathering ingredients and things like that. It was a very simplistic act that allowed the people to pass to return. And I like that. That was cool to witness. That was cool. Just something as simple as that is very major. Very, very major. In my opinion. Um and then when you have so many who pass in the same manner. I love how the names were in are on the cover uh of the book. So yeah, I love the dialect. The dialect. I love the dialect in the movie. I mean the book. Um I love the conversation, the back and forth conversation, the mumbling under the breath. It it's like a movie. It's the way it's written is very fluent, very clear, very vibrant, very vivid. I could imagine some of it, like I could see it, like it was a movie from the words that I was reading. Uh, so I enjoyed that as well. Uh, Daisy says my favorite line in the whole book. Uh, and some other characters say some things too. I thought was humorous as well. I do liken the trees to a Maya Angelou's poem. No, quote. She says that you have to enjoy the humor in things, the humor in life, because you may in the next moment receive a phone call of some bad news and things like that. And she was talking about trusting a person that laughs, and I was like, wow, that goes hand in hand with that book, because that book gave me laughter and then it gave me bad news. And I enjoyed the laughter so that I could perhaps endured the bad news. I don't know if that's the intent, but that's how I I I enjoyed the whole book for the present that it is. Um, and when I went to the group and expressed a bit of that, um, um, other readers were more on the sad tip. They were saddened about the book. Why I was elated. I was elated reading that book. Like, I was like, yes. I mean, but yeah, some people were sad and moved and touched. Um, I was, but so I was just I for a second thought that I read the book wrong, and maybe I needed to feel some other kind of way. Maybe I needed to feel sad with them, and that wasn't my experience reading it. I I I I chose to feel I chose to enjoy the book. Like, I read the book and the book was giving. Like, it was give. Now some people was like the humor in the book didn't wasn't enough for them to I guess, like, overlook what else was going on in the book. But and then some other readers, they were like, the political mentioning upsetted them. And I was laughing all the way through that thing. I was laughing all the way, just about all the way through the the political mentioning. Like, so that could be where I stepped back from the book club um after reading the trees, because I'm like, uh I'm on I'm on something different. uh, I enjoyed the book. I love the loudest. Like, oh, loud it, like, oh my goodness. I loved it. It just tickled me when a character said loudest. And it's spelled out LAWDIE, I think. I can recall. I think it's spelled like that. And that just tickled me to even see further that the word is spelled out loudy. I'm like, oh my goodness, that's hilarious. And I love how the book is written in the characters' tones. It's written in the characters it's written in the characters twang. Um twang, tone. Um it's It's written in the characters. Twang, tone. Let me think. Accent. That's the word I'm looking for. Is written in the character's accent. That's the icing on the cake for me. It's not just words. It's not just words. It's actually written in the character's accent. So you can hear the tone. You can hear how it go, the the twang, the country twang. You can you can hear the country twang. The book is written in country twang. Like what? I love it. Um, I was like, is this country twang? uh, so yeah, the book is written in country twang, and the dialogue that's given, the conversation, it's like being there. It like how people say they would like to be a fly on the wall. You a fly on the wall in this book. You can see it. You can it's painted out. Like this book is a script. This book could be a movie. That's how clear and concise the dialect is, the conversation is between the characters. Oh, I love it. Love it. I love it. So yeah, I enjoyed my experience with the book, and I would read it again. I would read that book again. And because I enjoyed the humor of it all. I was laughing out loud, literally laughing out loud to them Lotus and what them uh and what some of them was saying. One, two, three, the hot mama yellow. And then the other character, I don't know her name, but she was giving uh what's that movie? What ate Gilbert Grapes? Gilbert Grape. What she was giving that character. She was giving Gilbert Grape mom carrot. She was giving that. And what she was talking about and saying, and then the children in this book, I love that they spoke up and out and back. And they was like, and wait, and you can't, so shut up. And I was like I was like I thought that was hilarious too. And what Daisy said and what Daisy mumbled under her breath, and how they were going back and forth with weight and talking about that in between, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Um and her and Daisy going back and forth talking about you weigh enough, and then Daisy talking about something. She called her a B, and then she told me so. What that? What you said? Like she caught what she said. Or she heard something. Oh my goodness. That was hilarious. I found it to be hilarious. Now it might not have. I ugh, I read the book. I don't know how you could read a book wrong. I read it and experienced it how I experienced it, and other people have read it and experienced it how they experienced it, and that's just that. Um, so instead of thinking I read a book wrong, I just, I mean, I don't know how that's even possible, but okay. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But I kind of have heard that in life, like, oh, you other people knows a secret that you don't, or from personal experience. Um, I'm like, well, apples and oranges. So that's why there's more than one person on Earth, more than one type of person on Earth, so that it can be, so that the human experience can be expressed in several ways. Let's see. Hi, how are you? We all read differently or have a different understanding, right? I didn't think that that was uh, healthy for me to dismiss my experience for the sake of someone else, though. So that's why I backed up. And I was like, hey, I mean, because I shared my experience, perhaps they could get in on this joy I'm feeling, uh, enjoying the book. I enjoyed that book. And that was my first Percival Everett book that I read. And I do enjoy the book club hostess for putting us on to books. Um, so I do enjoy her recommendations. I've read like, so far, I've read four of her recommendations. I'm on book five, and I will be reading some more of her recommendations. And I'm glad I enjoyed the book the way I did, because a lot of people thought that the book was the subject matter was heavy, and a lot of people have avoided reading that book because of the subject matter. And I read that book, and we'll read it again. Nah, I do have a bunch of books on my TBR that I don't even know if I even read a book from my TBR because of all the great recommendations I've read. I really just started with reading recommendations. Like I have read okay. Fourth Wing was on my TBR. I've read Fourth Wing like about 4 times. that that was on my TBR. But all the other books so far I've picked up due to recommendations, and off to the reading. Another book by Percival Everett. I don't know the I don't know the subject matter, but it's titled James, and I see a lot of people reading that. Not really too many book or I didn't watch too many book reviews on it. I did hear that it was great, so I'm thinking that's going to be my next book of his that I'll read. Now, that sad feeling that people are talking about with the trees and not reading it, and how the humor wasn't enough for them to overlook the subject matter, and this. I feel a bit that way with the movie Wicked. Like I was like, I am not ready to watch this. I know like she gonna be faced with people picking at her and stuff like that. I was like, I'm just not. I'm just not ready to watch that that what she what the movie is going to show that she goes through and stuff like that. Like I felt sad about that movie. And now I see that somebody has done a reaction to it. And I'm almost like, I mean, I don't know. I might watch the reaction. They said that it was a cinematic masterpiece. Um it just that movie just felt like it was gonna be sad. I'm just like, I'm not here for it. Like you got the the pretty princess looking witch, and then you got the green one, and I'm like, which character am I? Like am I default the green one? Or what if I want to be the pretty princess looking rich? And I'm just, I just, and then I did hear some reviews on it, or like the premise of it, and how she's supposed to be helping the animal characters in the animal kingdom and stuff like that. And then that situation. So I just like, I'm not ready to watch the movie. I do have the book on my TBR. So yeah, I felt that I felt a bit like that with that movie. like okay, like what, you felt that way about Wicked and not the subject matter of Trees? Okay, girl. No, ain't nobody say that, just I just said that. But Trees was, I don't know where I'm, it's okay. So the okay, but yeah, Wicked felt like it was gonna be sad. I don't know. The trees didn't feel sad to me. I don't know. It's, I mean, okay, yes, there's a subject matter, yes. Um, there's also, what's going on, the remembrance of the names, what is it called? Uh, to remember, um, to remember the people that passed. Like, that's, I would think that would be celebrated and cheered, to remember the people that passed, and that when they rise, when they rise, they they do what they do, but the remembering of their names is what made them rise, so that they're not just past. Okay, anyway. Okay, okay. So I did like that part of the book as well. It kind of was a bit like, I don't know if you want to say creepy, a little bit scary. I don't know. I was like, I ain't do nothing. Why am I scared? If you ain't do nothing, what you scared for? Like, oh, they was on a mission. Uh, they only was like, they only was coming for the people that did something to them. Um, and the people that did something to them, they weren't scared. Um, but yeah, Wicked feels like it's gonna be sad, and cause this girl, she gonna, it's people that's gonna be mean to her, and I just wasn't ready to see somebody being um experiencing sadness because somebody was being mean to them. So I have avoided the movie. I just like, I'm not ready to watch that movie because I already feel like, I don't know if I'm gonna cry, I'm gonna be mad, kind of maybe a bit melancholy because she's sad, and like, Like, how y'all gonna gang up on this girl and y'all all supposed to be mystical and magical, and like I had enough. Like I just felt like I had enough of mystical magical people um ganging up on one mystical magical person that's doing their best to be kind and loving. And all they getting back in return is sour grapes. Now I'm finna bunch of movies together, and shows. The Worst Witch with Mildred Hubble. I love Mildred Hubble. I love The Worst Witch series. I watched all the way up to her college days. When they went off to college, and I watched the remake. Um, love the movie with Tom. What's his name? Tom. He played it. That I love his song and Halloween. I love that. So and then okay, so Mildred Hubble, and then what it's called, the School of Good and Evil. I think that's what it's called. And how they was turning students into like these traveling pterodactyls just because like y'all are magical. Y'all I guess y'all magical, but y'all ain't smart. Like, and then here come this one student that's like, this didn't happen this way. This she just twisted all around and showed the her perspective, and it changed the whole trajectory of the schools. This one girl, they were best friends, and then this one girl, she wanted to go to the princess school, and her friend, she was just tagging along. She didn't really want to go. Um, but she wound up going to the princess school, and the other girl wound up going to the witch school or something like that, the other school. So her friend turned on her, and she was like, I ain't even want to come to this school, but you boo 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 enrolled me anyway. And I don't know if she was supposed to go or not, but like she wound up there. She wound up changing the whole trajectory, sharing her perspective, which is cool. I just didn't like the rare events, like how their their friendship, and then the teachers, um and then it's another one. Is it another one? Or I just stopped watching after that. I think I might have, yeah, I stopped watching after the School of Good and Evil. Um I had enough of, hey, you're different or whatever, and you're not like us. And we're better than you, and uh you being kind, but we don't care. And I'm like, I'm not ready to see that in Wicked. Like, I'm just, ugh. I don't know how Wicked gonna be, but it seemed like it was gonna be sad. And the person that did the review looked like they might be crying. I don't know, like, are you crying happy tears? Or is it like what I'm thinking it's gonna be, and then maybe it all work out in the end. I just was not ready. I was like, no, I'm just oh, it was it something else? I felt like I might was gonna cry about um that I avoided. It might have been Wicked. It might have been Wicked. Maybe I thought I was gonna cry. I think so. I was like, I ain't ready yet. I ain't ready yet to cry. Um and I did pause another book. It was from Kennedy, Ryan Kennedy, one of her books I had started reading, and it does give like warnings, like yes, this book talks about these subject matters, boo boo boo. So when it came on, I was already like holding my breath, and then I was like, I ain't ready to read this book, because if it's already done told me it's going to talk about these subject matters. I'm like, let me get some distance, and then maybe I could come back from this book. Come back to this book. So yeah, I don't know. Just I'm glad people share their different perspectives. Like the student that didn't even want to come to the school, she went up in there and changed the whole school system from her perspective and what she learned. Like, I mean, what had happened, and the teachers was the they were turning students, and you ain't see no student no more. They were turning them into traveling pterodactyls to go and pick up the future students, because they thought uh that was the punishment for any rule breaking. And then so this new student that didn't even want to be there, she found out what happened and was able to tell the story, and change up the whole trajectory. So yeah, that's if you wanna be encouraged to share your perspectives, that's you can see that movie is giving that message. Um, I think it's called The School of Good and Evil. It's available for streaming. Last I saw, that's how I saw it. I saw it through streaming. Um, Wicked looks like it's gonna be something to that effect, but different. But yeah, it looked like it was gonna be sad. Like, we already know what happens to the. Wait, I'm kind of getting it confused. For some reason, for a second, I think she's the like this is like the preview of the Wizard of Oz. And for a second, I thought she was the one that got hit with Dorothy's house. That got smashed with the house. Um, and when I talk about it, that's who I think she is. So I'm kind of like, okay, so we know the ending, but that might not be her. That might be she might be the one that comes and try and get the shoes off that sister's feet, and then Linda, the good witch, come and give the shoes to Dorothy because she the one was green. We don't know what color is the one is up under the house. We don't know what color she is. I mean, she could have been multicolored because the socks that rolled up was striped and multicolored. Um. Oh. Okay. I got it mixed up. Okay. So I'm talking as I'm talking in this live stream. I'm talking myself up to watch this movie. I'm talking myself up to uh at least watching the movie review. And then maybe from the movie review, maybe I'll watch the movie. Um Either way, however I watch it, I'm talking myself into watching it. Oh, because I got that clarified. Like, yeah, the one that tells Dorothy, I'm gonna get you and your little dog too. Okay, that's the green one. Okay. that whole because you different, you get picked on stuff. Ugh, I wasn't ready for it. Like I'm just and then and watching it in a movie and this girl, she a little girl. Like I don't know. I feel like it was just gonna be too much. Like that's enough. Picking on the childrens. And y'all don't make no sense. Y'all all supposed to be magical, mystical people. I ain't even watched the book, read the movie. I'm just going from the movie trailer that I saw. She her eyes look sad. Like she looks sad. I was just like Oh my goodness. Popo baby, Popo baby. And then why not think that the child is special? Why not think she's special, Lord? Because she green. Why be mean because she green? Why not treat her kind because she green? Like, ugh. Treat her kind because she kind. Like, thank you. Have a great day. Hmm. Movie reactions. I saw. I enjoy watching movie reactions. Movie reactions are like a watch party. You do have the option to uh join the movie reactor and watch the movie together, such as a watch party. Uh, so I do enjoy a watch party. Okay, I grew up with watch parties, like movie watch parties. Now, some most, yeah. So I do enjoy movie reactions. I do enjoy watch parties. I do. Um. So yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. They're fun to me. They're fun. Um. Watching a movie. And being able to express yourself, enjoy the movie, while expressing yourself. I love it. I love movies that do that and give that experience. And the ones who create movie reactions and give their experience and have those watch party um, options are my faves. Like, thank you. I enjoy watching the movies with you. And it's some movies that I have watched or haven't watched, and I have enjoyed watching them either for the first time or for the hundredth time with a movie reactor. A movie reactor, yeah. I'm attempting to count my rows and crochet while I talk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Am I okay? I think yesterday I crocheted while I was reading um, The Color of Water for a bit. I okay. I enjoy movie reaction. I think a movie reaction is like a whole event, like especially when you're having a watch party. A watch party can be a whole event where you can get your snacks if you would like. I haven't been getting any snacks during watch parties just yet. Um, I haven't done a watch party or um watched a watch party yet. Recently. Um, I've just been enjoying the reactions. I'm looking forward to joining a watch party. Um, and what I'll react to um, as well. So whenever I figure out what I'll be reacting to, I'll present that. Um, yeah, that's percolating right now. what I'll be reacting to. I do see when reactors react to a movie, like I see the ones that I am subscribed to, they do a lot of the same movies that other reactors are reacting to. I think it's because each one of them would like to see the reactions of each other, and I think that's why they react to the same movies. It could just be trending trends. But yeah, it is a few of them that are pals and would like to see each other's reaction. Speaking of reactions, I think this was a recent interview with Marlon Wayans and Omar Epps, and Marlon wanted to talk about how they um what they did when they were in their youth, and Omar was like, "Oh, you want to bring that up? Oh, you like basically like leave it alone." And I dropped my stitch marker. And then Omar was like, "Okay, go ahead. You go tell it anyway." I I I think that's quite wonderful to grow up together and then be celebrities together. Like that seems so awesome to have grown up, like to be in your childhood together and then to be in your adulthood together. And it seems awesome. They were laughing. I dropped the stitch marker, and it's a sharp stitch marker too. And I think it it dropped while it was open. So I'm looking around for that. I'm gonna take a short commercial break. And during that commercial break, I'll look for that stitch marker. We'll be right back after these messages. And we're back. Who's front? I hope you did peruse the bookshop and the coffee shop and enjoy the display of it all. And I did mention earlier how I did crochet while I was reading. So perhaps there'll be a bookshelf with some crochet books in the bookstore. Right now there's some knitting books in the bookstore. Wait a minute. Did I say that backwards? I think it's some crochet books already in the bookshop. And I think it might have been the knitting that I haven't done while I was reading. I have crocheted while I was reading. Yeah. Okay. I said that backwards. Okay. So yeah, there are some crochet books available in the bookshop. If you know a subject, or you can search keywords in the search. If I don't have them on the bookshelf, you can search in the search bar of the bookshop to look for what you're looking for. Some of the books that I presented and talked about and read are available for display and purchase. That's only the tip of the tip of the iceberg. You can search whatever your heart desires in the bookshop and discover much more in the bookshop. All right, it's all there, baby. I tickled me how I was more upset about the way Wicked came off than than the Percival Everett book. Hey. Even that tickles me. So, yeah. Crocheting. How many items do you crochet before you begin to give them away or sell? Do you give away your first? And I have given away a couple of my firsts. Like I created a couple of beanie hats. Not beanie hat. What are they called? I don't know what they're called. Tams? Maybe they're called Tams. I think they're called Tams. I've given away a couple of them. Actually, giving them away. For like birthdays. And they were my first, like the first Tam I gave away for a birthday was the first time I did a color change on a tam. Like I did not just a color change, but a like a design. I did like a, like a bit of a nautical design, and that was my first time doing that design with the tam. And then my other tam that I created, was my first solid, but it wasn't solid. I did like a stripe on it. I do have a lot of firsts. I do have a lot of firsts. I do have a lot of. I feel like they're my first, but they're not my first. Like this 2024 summer, I crocheted a lot of. Actually, 2024 year, not just the summer. Like within the year, I crocheted a few cardigans, and I feel like each one is my first cardigan because I used a different yarn each time. The first time I crocheted the cardigan, I crocheted it using the Barnett yarn. The second time I crocheted it, I utilized worsted weight yarn, and then I veered off from the pattern and did my own thing a bit with the sleeves. I did like a theme from the movie Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I created a cardigan, the likened to the pink the clown in the pink jumper with the 3 moons on it. And I did. Okay, so yeah, and I created the sleeves, like the sleeves on that jumper. So I feel like that was my first one. I crocheted a few. I crocheted a few. What do you call those? I don't know. Do you call them decals? I crocheted a few decals and I sewed them on to the cardigan. And then I crocheted another one utilizing some more worsted weight yarn, but it's a different color. And I stuck with the pattern so it does look different from the Killer Clowns from Outer Space themed cardigan that I created. So I feel like each one of them is my first. Like, that's my first. Like I feel like these are my samples. I feel like these are my prototypes, like I feel like these are my examples, and that they should stay with me. Um um and if you like what you see, then I can make you one.
Mom,
Hmm?
I'm back.
Hi.
I got some clothes. I got some bunnies.